어휴. 또 있어? 인간들이 또 어디지?
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed.
Why? What do you...
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Please don't stay too long, sir.
안정되어 있어. 대화할 사람이 너무 많다.
Best grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
It's locked, all right.
So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Shaw.
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of the homeless?
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is. But if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died.
How do you pay the rent then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad.
May I?
Since
Goodbye, Miss Fish.
what can I do for you, Doc?
Goodbye.
관심이 없어. 어휴.
Please don't stay too long, sir.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid...
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Do you know a man who lives in this...
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very sick.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The barkeep knows everyone in these...
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough.
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
This city has abandoned so many of its children. It's tragic.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost.
What can you tell?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But
Why do people avoid you?
they call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
하하.
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
A real doctor treats everyone the same, Rufus.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So long, Rufus.
착한 녀석. 넌 봐준다. 얘는 뜯어먹자.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Any
It's a
chance...
sad saint.
Actually,
Really? Well, go ask...
do you require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
피가 적어 이 자식아.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. It's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
Goodbye, Mr.
마더? 부리는 빨아먹고. 얜 누구야? 나쁜 자식 없어. 비를 빨고 싶은데 말이야. 아, 위치 파악이 안 돼. 오이씨. 대체 어딨어? 인간들이 안 보여. 어이씨. 비? 아이. 아, 사람 찾는 게 진짜 빡시다니까. 얘가 대체 어딨어? 참.
Pleasure, sir.
나이스. 대화를 하고 싶어도 안 뜬단다.
See me, sweet queen. Perhaps we should have listened to
Yeah.
what the idiot had to say first.
야,
You
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know.
그러셔.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Hello again.
Goodbye.
얘 어딨어? 대체 어딨어?
Foolish girl.
그래, 갈. 좋아. 아휴, 서브하기 싫다. 와, 졸라 싫다. 어휴. 아. 어휴. 목걸이 찾으래. 하, 뭐야 이거? 목걸이 찾으래. 표시가 안 떠.
This is a slaughterhouse. From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard. It's locked.
하. 그런
It's
거였어.
locked, all right.
뺏은 거였어. 하. 그럼 그렇지. 일단 피를 빨아야겠지.
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah, yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
Have you no remorse? You don't even deny your crimes.
I have many weaknesses, Dr. Reed, but lying about who I am ain't one of them.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
좋아 좋아. 너 죽었어. 피 빨자. 레벨 3지.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Tell me about your...
Why should...
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I don't believe death is the appropriate sentence for murder. Not in a civilized society. But the last word has to remain with the law.
There is no law around here. No justice to be found. In these parts, revenge is the only answer.
헐.
Goodbye, Mr.
아이씨.
Good evening, Mrs. Fish.
Of course. I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people. What can I do?
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
헐.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
I understand your pain, but you cannot mother him forever.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor?
There is no cure for murder, Mrs. Fishburne. Only justice.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow.
야야.
Goodbye, Miss
아유.
Please don't stay too long, sir.
아, 모르겠다. 한 마리가 어디에 숨어 있지? 어딘가에 있을 텐데. 모르겠다. 있던지 말던지. 안 나와. 안 보여. 못 찾겠어. 모르겠다. 허이쿠, 살아있어? 대사가 끝장난다. 에휴, 얘 누구야? 대체 어딨어? 세 마리가 안 잡혔지. 나 몰라. 간당간당한데. 에휴. 레벨 5. 서브를 해야겠지. 오, 옆에 있어? 이쪽? 아, 서쪽이었어. 아휴, 서브 싫다. 아휴, 싫어. 아휴. 연락에 가고 있지. 다시 왔다.
No civilians. Burn it, boy!
어따 예, 우와 예. 빨아먹자. 아파. 와, 인마가 문제야. 자식. 폭발. 돌자.
It's locked.
어? 호호호. 그런 거야. 안에 있어?
Watch yourselves! There's one of them!
아이씨. 으유. 좋았어. 슈가. 와, 이 넓은 장소를 찾아야 돼. 허.
Yes. The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. I should find some way to pay my respects.
옷.
May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
하나 끝. 열 수 있지.
Crush the leech, boys!
푸사이.
It's on him! It's on him!
쭉쭉. 넷.
He's dead! I'll kill him!
아파.
Yeah!
으이씨. 죽어라 좀.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary.
메리.
This
예.
is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
탈탈 터는 거야. 예피는 끝이 났지. 얘 죽는 거 아니야? 두 마리 빨아먹어야지. 아휴. 위열해. 연락에 뛰어라. 어휴.
Good evening, Miss Cobb.
Hello again, Doc.
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
아,
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot Boys thank you for your help.
아, 안 올라가네.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
그러셔. 5천이었어. 젠장할.
Can I see?
As long as you... The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
야,
You again.
I know you believe monsters are real, Booth.
They are. I know, I saw one, but no one believes me.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a few years ago. Clay Cox was still the boss then. He'd sent me to the shipyard to find out who was stealing tools and ropes at night.
Go on.
First, I thought it was an old lady with a limp. It looked frail and crooked. Then I saw it grab a bloody beam and lift it like it was a stick. I shouted. It looked straight at me.
Do you know what it was?
It was all eyes and long teeth, but I couldn't see its face. I shot at it when it moved towards me and I hit it. And then it jumped and vanished in the shadows.
You could have imagined all that. These docks can be so gloomy at night. With the fog and the wind and the boats creaking.
No, Doctor. That night I saw the fucking sewer dog for real. It's not a beast like the stories say. It's the ghost of an old woman. Bullets can't stop it. But no one believes me.
Are your friends...
Even Edwina told me once to never speak about it, but I know what I saw. And it wasn't a human.
Goodbye.
굿바이, 굿바이. 바이, 바이, 바이.
The Wet Boots keeping things straight, these parts would be running completely amok.
야,
Good evening, Mr.
What?
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened. Just a...
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well...
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day. Stupid bastard, why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
헐. 너였어.
I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No, I don't want to remember it.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson & Dawson ammunitions factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
The victims. They were not the target then.
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
You made a mistake. A terrible mistake. Maybe an unforgivable one. But that does not mean that you are a monster.
I swear I did not want to kill anyone. I did not hide in the shadow to kill on purpose. That's my only defense.
아.
Goodbye. Good evening.
What?
Goodbye.
이럴 수가. 서브가 또 있지. 어휴 복잡다. 어휴.